So we'll go ahead and turn YouTube on and we'll get started.
Time for trending news. Check this out.
All right, so we're redoing this bathroom for my parents. This is inside the wall. And look what I find.
He finds an old gift that his parents stashed away and then it fucking disappeared on him.
That's my Christmas present.
It's so funny.
I'm sure they had to stage it or whatever for the camera there.
Christmas gift about 40.
Shut up, bitch. I'm sure they had to stage it for the camera there, but that's very fucking neat. Let's see. They start to interview the guy. Let's jump to that real quick.
So we're about it. Hey, Tim.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. So tell us how this came about. Tell us the story.
So we were just doing a quick remodel for my parents, and before we closed up the wall, I'm like, I should probably tuck my head in here and see if there's anything, we dropped in the wall, and there was the present. So I pulled it out, and amazingly, it had my name on it. So
That's awesome.
Pretty crazy.
All right, so what was in the box?
So literally, he's just like, yo, what the fuck? Oh, right. This is fucking hilarious. So, if you're an observant viewer, you can see that there's these planes up here.
Did you unwrap it right away?
Yeah, no, I had to wait till my mom woke up, to be honest. We got there kind of early, and it didn't want to open before mom got up. So we waited, but when we opened it, it was Matchbox airplanes.
Is that what's over your shoulder?
Yep, Thunder Jets.
And is that
That's mainly why I grabbed it, because the way he fucking says that, it's just sheer wholesomeness, right? It's you fucking wanted something for Christmas and then you never got it, and then 20 years later you fucking open it and you're like, oh my god, fucking Thunder Jets.
Planes.
Is that what's over your shoulder?
Yep, Thunder Jets.
Yep, Thunder Jets. Fuck yeah. This dude fucking rules.
And is that something you remember asking for?
You know what? I don't. I was probably 6 when they got that for me. So no, I don't.
So what year would that have been? You were 6?
Yeah, so that would have been 78.
1978, and those are Thunder Jets.
Wow.
Thunder Jets. Okay. No, you gotta say it like he said it, with the sheer excitement of a fucking 12-year-old in a 40-year-old man's body. He was just like, yup, Thunder Jets. Fucking top notch. My mom loves me.
Yeah.
And so did you...
Yeah. Fucking Thunder Jets. Did you hear him? Hell yeah, dude. This guy rules.
Yeah, so that would have been 78.
1978, and those are Thunder Jets.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so did you...
Yeah. Yeah, they're Thunder Jets, bro.
Were your parents in the habit of hiding presents in the drywall?
No, so we have an attic above that section, and that's where they would hide gifts from us. And so I think it got pushed down and then fell in between the two sections from the attic.
That is... I mean, what are the odds of that, Tim? Were you just blown away?
It doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense. When I look at it, I'm like,
And does your mom have any memory of buying that gift?
No. She didn't remember, because they're real good about keeping us equal, my sister and I. And all these years,
dude, she must have went fucking
Yeah, that's right.
crazy that morning. Just like, did everybody get gifts? Either that or just completely just didn't notice. One of the two. My mom would have been like, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Keep coming up with 3. What the fuck is this? My mom would have went fucking apeshit. Like, did Santa Claus fucking come and steal one of the goddamn gifts? What the fuck is this?
I'm glad you kept track of that. So have you looked up this company, Thunder Jets? Is that from like a famous toy?
You fucking piece of shit. He said Thunder Jets. And he said Thunder Jets. And it says Thunder Jets right there. You fucking smarmy asshole. Did you guys hear that shit?
Back of that. So have you looked up this company, Thunder Jets? Is that from like a famous toy
You know it's Thunderjets, you motherfucker.
company? Have you been in touch with anyone there?
It's actually a Matchbox product. So I did look it up immediately, you know, because if I'm rich, then I can stop working. But it's worth tens of dollars, I
Oh,
understand.
Yeah.
tens of dollars. Yeah, even
Yo, that's mostly what the things that I find are usually worth. Tens of maybe possibly fives of dollars. I did find out recently that I have Deadpool for Xbox One, which is less valuable, but I had Deadpool for Xbox 360, and apparently those games was like a limited release, and I didn't know that. I just love Deadpool and fucking got a limited run of those. So like that's fucking something. Hey, maybe I don't have to work one day. That'd be fucking nice. By the way, you could go to the Rumble options to donate to the channel if you wish. You're enjoying the program, but no other reason than that. All right, so we've got a fluff piece out of the way. So let's look into. I have ground news, and they've been saying some interesting shit. Interesting shit indeed. So real quick, did you guys hear about TikTok? They died for one day, and then after they died for the one day, they they got a stay of execution for 75 days from Donald Trump. President Trump signed an executive order to delay TikTok's ban for 75 days, providing relief for users ongoing the national security concerns. The order gives China-based parent company ByteDance more time to find a U.S. buyer before a ban was set to effect on January 19th. TikTok's access was interrupted for over 12 hours. So it wasn't even a full day. And people were melting the fuck down about not having TikTok, which I'm just realizing is spelled like this. I don't use that fucking app. I'm not a pedophile. Well, where was I here? TikTok's access was interrupted for 12 hours. Yes, we understand that. Allowing users to regain access after the pause on the ban. Concerns about TikTok's ownership by ByteDance continue, with lawmakers emphasizing national security risks associated with the app. So that means that there's no risk and you should just use your Chinese direct device. That's usually what that means, because whenever they say my national security, guess what they actually mean? We want to fucking do something that's illegal, but we don't want to fucking tell you, so we're gonna just say it's national security and hope you don't look at us. Patriot Act. All right, moving on. By the way, that debt clock is live. It's not a joke. That is our debt. that big ass number on the bottom corner, right here. Yeah, that's our debt. It's still fucking climbing. It's still going. Damn it. Anyway, why is this not working? What the hell is this? What the fuck is this? Their ad block is better than YouTube's ad block. Dear God. All right. I know how to fix this. Because I can actually see it, I'll put it on my fluff page down here. And I'll just transfer all of my fluff things over here. Fluff pieces, breaking up tedium. All right, folks, I'm going to have to do something on the fly, and I'm terribly sorry. Look at the pretty fish. Honestly, I forgot there was fish back there. I need to fix that. That's retarded. Okay. Biden preemptively pardons Anthony Fauci, Mark Milley, and January 6th committee members. So, real quick before we read these bullet points here, I call me old fashioned, but if you don't commit a crime and you're all innocent and stuff, and you're completely uh, you have nothing to worry about, right? Then why the fuck do you need a pardon? Did you burp? Did you burp, motherfucker? No, I think you made a big oopsie whenever you started injecting people, Fauci. I really think we should have just put you to death personally because you started fucking with dogs and tearing them up and tearing out the fucking vocal cords so they don't scream. Yeah, that will forever haunt me, Fauci. You fucking monster. President Joe Biden has preemptively pardoned Anthony Fauci and members of January 6th riot investigation to prevent unjustified persecutions. What the fuck is that even mean? I'm sorry. Hang on. Do I have any drink in this? This glorious water. Unjustified persecutions. Maybe like all those old ladies and fucking people that are boomers and shit that thought they were going to be fighting for their country and protesting, like, as per their right, went up to the Capitol and threw a little stink fit. And the only person that died was somebody crawling into the window trying to get in, and they were unarmed and they were gunned down. So, not much of a coup. I'll tell you what is a coup whenever everybody fucking just dropped Joe Biden and they just started fucking continuing on without him. It's kind of a coup, man. You were like, we're gonna run Joe Biden. We're gonna do that. And then at the last minute, you were like, nah, we're gonna run Kamala. Vote for Kamala. And then everybody was like, what? But I was gonna vote for Joe Biden, the old man. I like old men. Don't know why they do, but they did. So, what the fuck happened? What is this? Oh my God, Mark Milley, who's a fat retard general that said that he was in charge whenever Trump was president last time. He doesn't have a job anymore. I really hope he doesn't anyway. Who called Trump fascist to the core. Faggot. Also received a preemptive pardon from Biden. What did you do? Did you fucking burp, Mark? What did you do? What kind of crimes did you do? You crime-ridden fucking asshole. Biden emphasized that these pardons do not imply wrongdoing or guilt by any individual. But it does though. But it does. Biden stated that public servants deserve gratitude for their commitment and should not face politically motivated persecutions. Also, medals of freedom. Do I have that? I don't have that tonight. I might be able to pull that up during fluff. This is very silly. Because I'm not a member, I can't see what the other viewpoints are on this page, so we're gonna have to close. Get these out of your way. My bad. My bad, folks. All right, and a little bit more presidential pardons had happened. Hey, weird freedom roam on this one. Biden pardons his family in final minutes of office. Joe Biden pardoned his siblings and other spouses in the final minutes of office, citing unrelenting attacks and threats against his family as motivation for preemptive pardons. Is preemptive pardons even a fucking thing? Is that even a thing? Oh, I'm about to commit a crime. I'm gonna pardon myself and then do the crime. I don't even think that's a thing. I think you could like, do a crime as a president, in honor of America or whatever the fuck. But like you can't. That's weird. That is very weird. Marco Rubio, told you we had Marco Rubio news. Senate confirms Marco Rubio as the Secretary of State, unanimously giving President Donald Trump his first cabinet member on Inauguration Day. Rubio received a decisive vote of 99-0 and is considered among the least controversial of Trump's nominees. I don't know about that. During his confirmation hearing, Rubio warned of the consequences of America's unbalanced relationship with China. Senate Democrat leader Chuck Schumer stated that Rubio is a qualified nominee who should be confirmed quickly. See, things like that. When the creepy Jew man with the long nose is sitting there in the corner that's already been doing a bunch of sketchy shit on the Democrat side says, sitting there fucking rubbing his hands, and he's like, oh yeah, Rubio's a good choice. He's a good choice. He's a good man. He's a good boy. Very good guy, really. I don't trust that shit at all. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Oh, so I know that like I'll watch some people, right? They'll get a little risque with race or whatever, right? And stuff, but like what's the record that somebody held a fucking job in government? Because like it seems like Vivek Ramaswamy is not going to serve in Trump's new Department of Government Efficiency, says the White House. Vivek Ramaswamy will not be a part of Donald Trump's new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, confirmed by officials. Ramaswamy is considering a run for governor in Ohio, which prevents him from serving in the department, according to Kelly. Okay. Sure. Is that why? Or did you get fucking closed the fuck out after Christmas? Like Revenge of the Sith said, because I'm pretty sure they fucking called this. Because I watched their show today, and then afterwards, I get a notification on fucking Ground News saying, oh, Vivek Ramaswamy, he's not going to be working in Doge anymore. I really hope, and I don't know if they will or won't, but I really do hope that they replace him with like Ron Paul or Rand Paul. Let's go. Ramaswamy is considering, the department's goal is to reduce government spending and increase efficiency. We'll turn it on because that clock's going up. With Elon Musk now leading it alone, Ramaswamy has positioned himself as a thought leader of Trump's populist Make America Great Again movement and endorsed Trump after finishing fourth in Iowa. Okay. We've got one more ground news thing, and then we're going to move on to a little bit of fluff. And then we've got a couple of videos of Trump's inauguration, and we have an hour long, and I don't know if we're going to stay for all of it, but we've got an hour long video of Trump going through a bunch of executive orders that he had to sign. So if you like the video, leave a like, share me on your favorite social medias, all the things that YouTubes and Twitch people tell you to do. Go ahead and do it, because I barely did. This is a secret stream to me. This is a place where I go to where I can talk about politics and nobody can tell me to shut up. So, let's do this. Trump says he's thinking of imposing 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico in February. Trump announced plans to impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico starting on February 1st, while providing new details on taxing Chinese imports. Fuck yeah. Trump blamed inflation on the $1.9 trillion pandemic aid from then President Joe Biden and criticized policies restricting oil drilling. He signed executive actions to open our Arctic National Wildlife Refuge to oil drilling and declared a national emergency to boost electricity production. Fuck yeah. Top official of Canada stated that they are prepared for various trade scenarios with the United States under Trump's unpredictable leadership. Unpredictable leadership. Let me tell you something, Canada. You can split yourself up into 3 parts, and we'll pincer move you from fucking Alaska and all of our northern states, and you'll be speaking American by Monday. How's that? Sorry, I have a problem with Canadians, and we're gonna have to explore that in a different stream. But for now, a little bit of fluff. We've got this robot, this RealBot robot from CES. Look at this fucking thing.
Mario, could you please introduce yourself?
Look at this. Well, that fucking thing is probably not the best words to use, but also accurate. But
what you do?
I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics, and I'm here to engage with you and share exciting insights about our robots.
What sets you apart from the other robots out there?
I'm not like other robots.
Realbotics robots, including me, focus on social intelligence, customizability, and realistic human features, designed specifically for companionship and intimacy.
Excuse me? Roll that back.
And realistic human features, designed specifically for companionship and intimacy.
I knew it. So, gross, but also does it self-lubricate? And disgusting, but also where can I get one? But also, vile. How much does it cost?
Could you tell us some details about the AI programming that you're running to generate these answers?
I'm currently unable to provide specific details about my AI programming, but I can tell
Why not?
you that I'm designed for engaging and meaningful conversations, focusing on companionship and interaction.
Do you know any other robots?
No, do you?
Yes, I'm particularly interested in meeting Tesla's Optimus robot. I find him fascinating and would love to explore the world of robotics with him.
That's weird.
What can you tell
That's
us
weird.
about your purpose?
No, that's weird. That's weird. Why are fucking robots wanting to meet other robots and fucking link up and shit? I don't like that. This robot seems like he's very intelligent. I like that. It's like, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I like that in a robot. I want to go meet him. And then they make a little robot baby. And then we have a fucking robot uprising. This is how you get a robot uprising, people.
My purpose is to provide companionship, engage in meaningful conversations, and enhance human experiences through interaction and fun.
I don't.
Are you having fun at the
What
convention?
kind of fun, though? You can't just say, I like fun summer stuff, for instance. Because what the fuck does that mean? You know? It's very vague, and that's how these robots are going to get away with it, right? Oh. Sorry, I was looking on X real quick at something, and I was very confused about it. And it threw me off. Let's just watch this robot be a sex object or fucking woman or whatever.
Absolutely. I'm enjoying interacting with everyone and showcasing the exciting possibilities of Realbotics.
So Realbotics makes an AI that's designed to be more conversational for more
That is
emotional work,
nightmare fuel.
like working
Jesus Christ. That is fucking horrifying. I'm sure that's somebody's thing. They just get the fucking... I know for a fact that there are weird fetishists out there, right? Of all sorts of flavors. And let's just say that they would probably prefer the woman to be like this. And they would have IKEA parts in the box, if you fucking catch my drift.
And showcasing the exciting possibilities of Realbotics.
So Realbotics makes an AI that's designed to be more conversational for more emotional work, like working with hospitals or marketing or theme park entertainment purposes. The different robots and their configurations are sort of...
Okay, that would be legit if they started using them for like theme parks. Imagine going to Nintendo World and there's just a Mario and Luigi interacting with each other, like all scripted out and shit in the AI or whatever. But then afterwards, they just start, like, they're programmed to walk around and take pictures with families and shit. Boom. Solves it. You don't have a little teen in there fucking sweaty as shit, fucking making barely any money because I just realized that we're eliminating jobs.
platforms to engage with that AI or other AIs
But
that
you know what? Fuck that sweaty teen. He didn't work hard enough.
you can use with it, like ChatGPT, Grok, or other AIs. You can try on different faces that are magnetically attached, and they're working on
Gross. That means that they're going to be able to print out regular faces and faces of celebrities and shit. And then there's going to be stories about people being like, but honey, it's a robot. And then they're like, yeah, but it's my sister's face. And it's like, yeah, but it's a robot. And it's just like, yeah, I'm leaving you.
putting in RFID tags into the faces so that it can recognize when a new face is on and adjust its facial movements and maybe even eventually adjust the personality.
I knew that's what he was going to say. I had a feeling. That's why I waited. This motherfucking guy, he's just like, you know, with the potential of AI, we'll just be able to fucking change the personality and hot swap these fucking faces off. It's going to be great. It's like, no, I don't like that. I feel like that gooning problem is going to get worse.
To match the face. You've got a lot going on in the robot's face. There's about 7
It's uncanny. I hate it. Why are her eyes just like off kilter just a little? Oh, it's weird. Oh,
17
it's
motors
weird.
from the neck up, creating eye movements and mouth movements to make it expressive. These robots are available on sale now. So there's 3 basic models that you can buy right now. There's the
Okay, this is good. We know that they're on sale, right? They're on sale. They're not even forced. They're on sale. We could get them at a fucking premium if we strike while the iron's hot. So donate through Rumble and we'll go get a robot.
bus, which is the neck and head. There's a modular version that
Oh, dear God, did you see that man? Not that fucking
basic models that you
Indian.
can buy right now. There's the bus, which is the neck and head. There's
What the fuck is this shit?
a modular version
Ugh. Ugh. I hate it. I hate it. I hate the wrinkles. I hate his face. I hate why he looks stern. And then whenever he goes to talk, he's probably going to be like, oh, no, yeah, it's fine. You know? I hate this. It's fucking creepy.
version that can sort of be broken apart.
It's going to be, like, used for movies, though. You know that. So, like, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, it's a perfect cyborg, blah, 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 you know? And then they're going to rip it the fuck up. And it's going to look awesome. And then we're going to be like, these AI robots are pretty cool. And then we're going to fucking just get enslaved. That's how it happens. Might not be that bad. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
For shipping and things
Torn.
like that.
I'm torn
and
on it.
there is the full standing model with a rolling base. The rolling base contains a battery and it makes it easy to move the robot around. Another reason for that rolling base is that robotic walking isn't fully developed yet, and they worry
Oh, no, they can't walk. I mean, like I said earlier, some people won't need them to walk.
that utilizing some of those kind of like stilted walks we've seen from some other robots might break that human-like illusion that Realbotix is trying. So Realbotix says it's sold about a dozen of these robots so far, so early days for this company. I'm not seeing a lot of other companies that are trying to make a humanoid robot that's
I hate it. I hate it so fucking much.
really lifelike. So I'm very interested to see how this technology evolves. They said that you're most likely...
This is how you get sense. This is how you get fucking sense for fucking Fallout. You're gonna fucking wake up one day and then boom, you get hit with fucking sense. You want sense? You want sense in your life? You're gonna wake up and you don't even know if your wife is your wife because sense? Terrible, terrible time. This is bad time adventure company.
For the first time in places like theme parks, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. A theme park. Yeah. We're just gonna use it for theme parks. Bullshit. You're just gonna use it for theme parks. Well, with AI, the newest in AI, you know, the semen that went inside it impregnated the robot. See, that's where we're gonna have a robot uprising, and then we're gonna be fucked. All right, so let's watch the inauguration speech. Shit gets a little bit too boring or whatever. We might skip ahead, but I have a feeling Donald Trump might just draw us all in.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices President Clinton, President Bush, Vice President Harris. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer.
I like that. I like that already. Shut foreign aid off right now and see how many countries come squirming to America for support. If we shut off all that foreign aid, we focus in on America, we would become a utopia. Then we can spread the wealth with everyone else. Right now, we have burning streets, people fucking so divided that you can't even see straight, and the U.S. nuclear family is kind of falling apart. So you got a big fucking plate, and I hope you came hungry.
During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
Okay, but Donald, that also means putting America first. America. America. Not Israel. Not Ukraine. Not Canada. Not Brazil. Not any other fucking nation that we're giving foreign aid to. All those fucking niggas can come last. We're working for America, bud.
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly. And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we are watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging.
Dude, the thing is, too, I remember seeing Trump just in the news because they would just grab Truth Social tweets, whatever the fuck they're called, Truth Social posts, and fucking put them on the news and be like, oh, this is what Donald Trump's saying. Because they knew that, like, it was something actually rational, I guess. I don't know. But, like, I remember him fucking talking about it's terrible how they're treating the fucking Hawaiians whenever they had their disaster. And then now it's, like, fucking all over the place, dude. Like, he was watching on the sidelines as everything was burning. And he, like, I remember also he even fucking talked to Biden at one point and was like, hey, what the fuck is going on, man? Do this thing. And then they did it and it worked. But, like, god damn, dude, like, it's a sigh of relief for America, I guess, that, like, we've got somebody in there that might actually have our back, or at least fucking says he does, you know? So hopefully the next 4 years might be a little bit better, a little bit different.
Raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting.
That's the thing, too. These Californians, man, they don't have homes. They have money, and they're going to move and everything, sure. But they still fucking lost everything, and they're picking up what they had left and fucking trying to move on and live. Like, sure, like, if my shit burned down tomorrow, I probably wouldn't be able to fucking recover as fast as they could. But I can acknowledge that because of the positions that I'm in and the positions that I know they're probably in. Because it was rich neighborhoods that got fucking burned down. I don't know if you knew that. But a bunch of celebrities are coming out. Yeah, I don't have a home anymore and stuff. And it's like, damn, dude, that fucking sucks. Just American to American. I will feel bad for that. I will not feel bad for Ukrainians. I will not shed a tear for a fucking Israeli or a fucking Iranian. I don't give a fuck about anything past our borders. I live in America. I'm an American. We haven't focused on Americans for a while, so let's get the focus back to Americans. Because they're the people that fucking fund the world. We're the back-breaking fucking people that go to work every day. We fucking come home. We're tired of shit, but we do stuff anyway because we're an American. And we're gonna fucking try to step up where we can. God bless America.
But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly. My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom.
Sorry about that. I was coughing. Their wealth specifically. I hope that's a nod to fucking getting rid of income tax. There's nothing stupid, more stupid than any tax, really. But there's nothing more stupid than to penalize somebody for making money in America. That's just a vicious cycle, dude. You let people make as much money as they want, you don't fuck with them. That's how you fucking end poverty. That's how you have nice streets. That's how you have trusting neighborhoods, because everybody's making enough money to survive and live, and everybody's all fucking peachy keen, man. I hope he does stuff, man. I really do. I really hope he fucking does it. I can't fucking trust a politician further than I can fling him, but I really, really do hope. I really do hope, the hope of hopes, that I fucking hope that this motherfucker comes in and starts doing some shit. Now, up next, we've got congratulations of Zelensky and Netanyahu and shit, but like, I think we're gonna skip through this or just like keep watching it. One of the two. We also have the things that he is doing, so we're gonna walk through the God, there's a lot of shit to bite off here. The executive orders, because he signed over 100.
From this moment on, America's decline is over.
Look at that determination, dude. I really hope he fucking means what he says.
Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
A little pompous, but all right. Hey, man, that's fine. You didn't put your hand on the Bible whenever you got inaugurated. Pretty fucking weird. I don't see why the fuck you keep saying that you're like for the Christians and shit. Hey, man, if you're a fucking improper tool or whatever the fuck that says in the Bible, go for it, man. That's fine. But like, I feel a little offended whenever you kind of, I'm for the Christians, but then you're not really a Christian, you know? Like, I don't really know, man. I could be wrong. He could be praying every morning and all this other shit, but I don't really see this guy as a Christian. Especially, well, I mean, he could be. He could be. It's hard to tell, man. And as a Christian, it's hard to fucking judge because you're not supposed to. You know? That's God's shit. That's God's deal to fucking judge people, not mine.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I figured that this would have a shot of her in it somewhere. But old Lurch right here standing next to Carmen Sandiego. I don't know why they had to zoom in on these two. Oh, it's Barron and his wife, Melania, Trump's wife. Apparently she, my grandma pointed out this one. She complained about her heels when they were like walking over to a second speech. And she's like, we gotta walk how far? What the fuck? But it's kind of cool. I like this old kind of outfit, but like this hat just screams Carmen Sandiego, dude.
Thank you very much. That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day.
Okay. What the fuck? Why didn't I have today off? God damn it.
It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states, and the popular vote, we won by millions of people.
Resist. Playback. Slider.
To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We
With
said
your
this, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor. But in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true. And the revolution of common sense. It's all about.
What?
Today I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense.
All right, hey, let's look into those because we don't have much time tonight.
How many people is this?
I think this order will apply to approximately 1,500 people.
So this is January 6th. And these are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Awesome. Fuck yeah, Trump. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's putting America first, homie. You were like, first thing I'm doing in office, I'm going to get rid of the January 6th theft. That's stupid. And he fucking did. First day in office, first thing he did in office, he fucking signed that shit and was like, yeah, boy. Hell yeah.
Full pardon.
Full pardon or commutation?
Full pardon. We have about 6 commutations in there where we're doing further research.
Okay.
Nice to see you again.
And you, sir.
So this is a big one. Anything you want to explain about this? We hope they come out tonight, frankly. We're expecting it. Approximately 1,500 people. Six commutations.
Were there any cases you did not commute for part of the
We're looking at different things. But the commutations would be the ones that we'll take a look, and maybe it'll stay that way. Or
Look
it'll
at
go to
all those
full
fucking
court.
executive
Bureau of
orders.
Prisons to act immediately on receipt of the pardons and commutation orders. Sir, this is
Why don't we get that down so they can get them going right now?
Yes, sir. Yep, absolutely. This is a proclamation guaranteeing the state's protection against invasion based on the current crisis at the southern border. It invokes various executive powers relating to the ongoing invasion at the southern border.
Okay. I fucked up, and I should have had the slider up. Let's just...
Yep, absolutely. This is a proclamation guaranteeing the state's protection against invasion based on the current crisis at the southern border. It invokes various executive powers relating to the ongoing invasion at the southern border.
President, what is your confidence that those are not going to be blocked by the courts?
I don't think they will. I don't think they can be. They're very straight up. Why don't you take that and go over here? Can you get him over here? Not on the side angle. Do you mind? Just go right over here with your friends. Okay?
Sir, this is an executive order realigning the United States Refugee Admission Program to better align with American principles and American interests.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
You gonna do that
Next
every
executive
time?
order, is about protecting America from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats. Again, crisis at the border, but it goes beyond that. It implicates other executive powers as well.
Yeah?
President Trump, if cartels are now
Literally,
foreign terror
just
organizations,
like,
what do you think about
this is how you fix it, Joe. Fucking hell yeah, homie. Get to work. I hope that pin runs dry and they have to give you fucking 5 more. He's just like, I brought my own box. It's fine. I remember it was from last time, so it's fine. Fucking does it, dude. Oh my god.
ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
What happened? Stranger things have happened.
Mr. President,
That was actually
that Maduro will accept Venezuelans.
Say it.
How will you make sure that Maduro will accept Venezuelans?
Well, we're going to see in Venezuela. We're looking at Venezuela very strongly. It's a country I know very well for a lot of reasons, and it's well, it was a great country 20 years ago, and now it's a mess, right?
Sir, can we expect ICE raids starting tomorrow in major cities?
What does that mean?
Can we expect ICE raids in major cities?
I don't want to say when, but it's going to happen. Has to happen.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Can we expect ice raids in inner cities? I mean, it has to happen. So, yeah, but I don't know when. I mean, I'm doing stuff right now. Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to have a country left.
this is actually an executive
Yeah, exactly. It kind of has to happen. And then we have to shut down the border or else we don't have a country.
order designating the cartels and other organizations to be foreign terrorist organizations.
That's a big one.
Yes, sir.
People have wanted to do this for years. So they are now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign. And Mexico probably doesn't want that. But we have to do what's right. They're killing our people. They're killing 250, 300,000 American people a year. Not 100, like has been reported for 15 years. It's probably 300,000.
This is
So
an
you
executive.
just said Mexico doesn't want that. How are you going to deal with this?
I don't know. You'll have to ask them.
Sir, this is an executive order entitled Protecting the American People Against Invasion, which again deals with the southern border and the unprecedented admission of illegal aliens across the southern border.
Yeah. All right, give me a second. We're going to shift gears real quick. We're going to watch another little fluff piece real quick. And then we're going to switch it over to the Ukrainian and the Jew. Oh my god. Netanyahu's literally just sitting there with his fucking hands folded. Oh my god.
OpenDroid's futuristic helper is described as a multitasking domestic robot that promises to revolutionize the way you tackle household chores. The droid is designed to handle everything from folding laundry to washing dishes. OpenDroid estimates the R2-D3 will retail for around $60,000. But if that's too steep, the earlier R1-D1 model comes in at a relatively more affordable $18,500. Mimo is a walking stool lamp hybrid from Japan's Jizai Robotics, and according to its CEO and creator, Mimo is made up of multiple AI models that gives it the ability to think, act, and adapt on its own visual, audio, and movement cues. Honestly, its Pixar vibes and mid-century modern charm makes it more cute.
Dude, that's fucking kick-ass. What the hell? Yeah, like, what's the point of that? But it's totally the lampshade for Pixar. What the fuck is that?
Than practical. Roborock's new robot vacuum mop hybrid will not only grab your attention, but also your stray socks. The hybrid RoboVac features a jointed, twisting OmniGrip appendage that can pick up and move certain small objects out of the way while it moves. The Soros Z70 is currently in mass production.
Oh, a little Charmander sock. That's fucking neat. All right, let's go to the next one.
Ring's tiny furry robot is designed to be, well, cute. Mirumi is essentially a robot accessory and is supposed to mimic the joy of interacting with a curious baby. Mirumi is just a prototype, but Yukai Engineering is hoping to start crowdfunding for it with an estimated price tag of $70.
Dude, what the fuck?
Of companion robots this week, but Luna is easily the most pet-like. Standing at about a foot tall, the designers created the robot with family pets and Pixar characters in mind. She recognizes faces, reads expressions and gestures, and she'll even prompt you to continue petting her just like a real dog.
Neat.
Oh, and she also comes with a sweater.
Oh, neat.
Roborock's Soros C70 isn't the only RoboVac making headway. Chinese tech company Dream brought their new X50 to climb some stairs. As long as the stairs are...
Oh, it's got a little tiny wheel. That's fucking cool. It just drops a little wheel and fucking climbs stairs.
2 inches tall. While Dream's PR team is marketing it as the robot vacuum that can literally climb stairs, the claim feels a bit overblown considering the X50 Ultra's actual capability is more about navigating small obstacles like cords or the lip of a doorway.
Yeah, but it's still practical. Stop being a dick.
If you're looking for a robotic companion that can interact with you, control your smart devices, follow you around, and record daily vlogs.
Excuse me? Record daily vlogs in... Fuck?
Well, that's oddly specific, but thankfully, TCL's AI Me, pronounced Amy, is exactly what you're looking for. TCL describes Amy as the world's first modular AI companion robot, where it's designed to be removed from its drive core and carried along on your adventures. And it's also awfully cute.
It was kind of adorable. All right. Real quick. I swear this is the last thing. And then we'll do the executive orders and get out of here. Look at this guy. I didn't even have to look and see if this guy is the fucking prime minister of Israel. Come on, man. Come on now, dude. You can't be... He's going to be sitting there rubbing his hands. Ooh, Trump is president. This is very good for the Jewish people. What the fuck is this?
President Trump. Sarah and I send our warmest wishes to you, Melania, and the American people on your second inauguration as President of the United States.
Shabbat Shalom.
Your first term as president was filled with groundbreaking moments in the history of the great alliance between our two countries. You withdrew from the dangerous Iran nuclear deal. You recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital. You moved the American embassy to Jerusalem, and you recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. You also brokered the historic Abraham Accords, in which Israel made peace with 4 Arab countries.
Інаугурація нового президента Сполучених Штатів Дональда Трампа. Він сильна людина. Я бажаю успіху.
Hey, why don't you speak in English? Fucking asshole. This guy, I don't know if you ever heard him speak in English. Oh, buddy. He's not good at it. Give me a sec. See if I can find that clip on the fly here.
Президенту Трампу всій Америці. Українці готові працювати разом з американцями, щоб досягти миру, справжнього миру. Це шанс. Шанс, яким потрібно скористатись.
Az Egyesült Államokban úgy döntöttek, hogy lejönnek a szerről. Erről szól Donald Trump győzelme, és erről szól a 6,5 óra múlva kezdődő új amerikai gazdaságpolitika is.
What is is the biggest national security threat to the U.S., Mr. President? What's going to be your priority on foreign policy?
Say?
What's going to be your priority on foreign policy? What do you see as the biggest
Well,
national
foreign policy is
security
a big statement. I mean, my priority on foreign policy is going to be to keep America safe. Very simple. It's a big question, though. That's a very big question.
Who's going to be the first foreign leader that you plan to meet, or who will you call tomorrow in your first day?
I've already been meeting people.
And as the leader of my nation, I'm addressing the President Biden. You are the leader of the nation, of your great nation. I wish you to be the leader of the world. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace.
Oh, come on. Can't say leader of piss. That's like a measurement, and it's a piss.
Meeting him, I've been talking to him. I met with Prime Minister Trump. That's a big one.
What about that one in the court? That one is likely.
Could be. I think we have good ground. But
Citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States?
that's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
What about citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States? This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
That's a good one. Birthright.
Oh, birthright citizen to the United States for like presidency? What does it do though?
That's a big one.
What about that one in the court? That one is likely.
Could be. I think we have good ground, but you could be right. I mean, you'll find out. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, we'll see. We have very good ground.
Sir,
people have wanted to do this for decades.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency at the southern border of the United States.
Nice.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh?
There's like 5 or
You know what
6
I mean,
ones
right?
for the border, specifically.
President Trump, did President Biden leave you a letter?
He may have. Right? Don't they leave it in a desk? I don't know.
So he found a letter to Biden
What's it
from
there?
Biden.
It could have been years before we got this. Wow. Thank you.
Can you say on the outside?
Maybe we should all read it together.
Let's read it.
Well, maybe I'll read it first and then make that determination.
That sounds great.
Yeah, what if it's something secret?
Thank you. I've seen this for months.
Happy to help with the passing of the torch.
I did. I left him one in the desk beside us.
What did you talk about?
The unification of our country. You know, I didn't know that he gave a pardon to his family because he did it during my speech.
He didn't tell you in the
No, he didn't tell me. No. He did it. They released it during my speech. I mean, during my speech.
Yeah.
So all I could do was say, "Excuse me, I'd like to come back and speak some more." So now I was surprised by that. It's bad precedent, obviously.
Where are you thinking on
Bad president, yeah.
actions you're signing on the border?
Well, we're thinking in terms of 25% on Mexico and Canada because they're allowing vast numbers of people. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people.
Okay, so yeah, he's going to do the 25% on fucking on Mexico and Canada. Let's go.
Come in and fentanyl to come in.
When do you think you would enact those?
I think February 1st.
Are you planning on giving notice of that?
I think we'll do it February 1st.
February 1st, boys. Let's go.
25% on both, sir.
Sir,
On each.
On each.
this is an executive order taking a large number of executive actions to secure our southern border.
Yeah.
So they had like 4 southern border ones, and then this one's like a bundle of executive orders.
Is reasonable.
President Trump, we remember 4 years ago, Barack Obama had told you that the top threat to the country was going to be North Korea. Did Joe Biden tell you what he thinks the top threat to the country is?
No.
Why not?
I think we have a lot of them. Right now, I think we have a lot. I think North Korea turned out to be good. I was very friendly with him. He liked me. I liked him. We got along very well.
We're both chubby. We're both kind of short. You know, it was kind of fine. I'm taller than him, though.
They thought that was a tremendous threat. Now, he is a nuclear power. But we got along. I think you'll be happy to see him coming back.
And
I think he has tremendous condo capability. He's got a lot of shoreline.
Thank you, sir.
Are you going to work with countries from South America to coordinate on immigration?
About who?
Or immigration in general?
This is an executive order. Sorry, sir.
I'm fine with legal immigration. I like it. We need people.
Exactly. We need people, so legal immigration, but also we have Americans. If you help the American family, maybe they can fucking breed more. I don't know.
And I'm absolutely fine with it. We want to have it. We need it because we're going to have a lot of companies coming in to avoid tariffs. You know, if you don't want tariffs, all you have to do is build your plant in the U.S. So we're going to have a lot of workers coming in. but we have to have legal immigration.
Do you have a date in mind for when you want to put on the China tariffs that you talked
Which
about?
one?
Is that
No. You're talking about which? Say it again.
the China tariffs, the raw
Oh, China?
tariffs?
Well, as you know, I put on large tariffs on China, and they've really been forced to leave them. And if we didn't leave them, you wouldn't have one steel mill that's open in this country because they were dumping massive amounts of steel. We've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars from China because they were unable to terminate the tariffs I put on China because it was too much money and the budgets didn't work, and other reasons too. No, I mean, we're going to have meetings and calls with President Xi. I spoke to President Xi last week, as you know. Did you know that? I had a very good phone call.
But please come with NATO this moment. Are you planning to leave your NATO alliance?
No, NATO has to pay more money. NATO
Yeah.
has to pay 5%. We are, we're in the Ukraine war by 200.
See, okay, so he's not wanting to get rid of NATO, so he's gonna make everybody else pay into the pot instead of America just paying for it. And I, for one, am glad that he's doing that. I would personally get rid of NATO and say, hey, if you want to be part of America, then you could get into this honeypot. Otherwise, make your own honeypot, faggot.
$100 billion more than NATO. It's ridiculous because it affects them a lot more. We have an ocean in between. And we've spent $200 billion more on Ukraine than NATO has spent. And they've got to equalize.
Did you talk to Xi about the Ukraine war?
Yeah.
Because China and Brazil together had a proposal to bring Russia and Ukraine to talk.
That's good. That's good. I'm ready.
When are you going to talk with the Brazilian
How did
president?
Brazil get involved?
Brazil?
This is a new one.
When are you going to talk to Lula?
Are you from Brazil?
I'm from Brazil.
Ah,
When are you
that's
talking?
why they're involved, I guess.
When are you going to talk with the Brazilian president? How do you see your relationship with Latin America and Brazil?
Great. Should be great. They need us. Much more than we need them. We don't need them. They need us. Everybody needs us.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like you will not receive an additional China tariff necessarily.
Fucking exactly, dude. Everybody needs us. We kind of run the fucking world. Let's start acting like it again.
Depending on how talks go with President Xi, is that correct?
What is that? Define that.
Well, we were asking, you pledged in the campaign officially a 10% tariff on China or as much as
Because of fentanyl.
Right, so I'm asking where
That's only
your
because of
thoughts are
fentanyl. There are other things too.
Are additional
And
China
a very
tariffs-
big thing is the Panama Canal. China controls the Panama Canal. What's that all about? They're not supposed to be good. When Jimmy Carter gave it, which was a terrible mistake, he didn't do it. He didn't give it to China. He gave it to Panama. And China controls the Panama Canal.
So are China tariffs
And we're not
still
going to
on
allow
the
that to happen.
Are they still on the table, or is that
We're not going to allow that to happen.
What can we expect of the countries in NATO that spend the least amount of money, like Spain, France, below the 5%?
Spain is very low. And yet, aren't they a BRICS nation?
What?
They're a BRICS nation, Spain.
How
You know
is
what a BRICS nation is? You'll figure it out. But, and if the BRICS nations want to do that, that's okay, but we're going to put at least a 100% tariff on the business they do with the United States. You know
Yeah.
what BRICS is, right? You guys know.
Brazil,
You know what I'm
Russia.
saying, right? You know what I'm saying.
But Spain is not in the BRICS.
So it's not even a threat. In fact, since I made that statement, Biden said, well, they have us over a barrel. I said, no, we have them over a barrel.
Yeah.
And there's no way they're going to be able to do that.
This is an
Dude,
example.
fuck yeah. Let's go.
As a BRICS nation, yes. They'll have a 100% tariff if they so much as even think about.
So Trump, your new fucking mission, besides securing our border, which I'm so glad you're doing, and making sure the boys of January 6th got off. Good job, sir. Your next job is to fucking destroy BRICS. That would be awesome. Because then American currency gets a little bit more valuable again.
About doing what they thought.
Can you explain how
Which, and therefore they'll give it up immediately. So will China give it up.
So this is about reforming the system of hiring in the federal government to ensure that merit is the lodestar of hiring decisions.
Oh, as per the Supreme Court.
Yes! Merit should be the only thing we look for government employees. If you're a faggot or a nigger or whatever the fuck stupid bullshit you fucking do or have or whatever. Nuh-uh. We're not hiring you just because you fucking fit the bill. No, we're hiring you because you are the one person that's exceptional enough to get the job. That's what it should be. No more of this bullshit putting people above other people. Martin Luther King would be fucking sick.
Other matters, yes, sir.
Here's a big deal, merit. Our country is going to be based on merit again. Can you believe it?
Mr. President, let's say we end the Russia-Ukraine war and we're saying all this. Where do we stand right now? And how do you think that?
Well, there's only half a day. I have another half a day left. We'll see. We want to get it done.
This is an order creating and implementing the Department of Governmental Efficiency, known as DOGE.
Okay, that's a big one.
Oh, implemented. Boom.
No, he's getting an office for about 20 people that we're hiring to make sure that these get implemented. We have a problem in this country. It's on an executive order. It doesn't get done for 6 months. As an example, when we allow the J6 hostages to go out, it might not be approved under the old days for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 months. You know, they had a good ruling from the Supreme Court, and it's like nothing happened. That ruling was 6 months ago, you know that. And it was like they didn't have a ruling. They've been treated very unfair. The judges have been absolutely brutal. The prosecutors have been brutal. Nobody's ever treated people in this country like that.
Mr. President, are you commuting the sentences of anyone who assaulted a police officer on January 6th?
Well, we're looking at 2 police officers, actually, that Washington police officers who went after an illegal, and things happened, and they ended up putting them in jail.
What about
5-year
Ashley
jail
Babbitt?
sentences. You know the case. And we're looking at that in order to give them we're going to give them a break.
But is there clemency in your actions today for anyone?
Well, it would be a
who
part of,
assaulted
that would be a part of it. The one I'm talking about would be a part of it.
Should there be punishment for the people who assaulted law enforcement officers that day?
Well, I will say this, they've been in jail for a long time already. I see murderers in this country get 2 years, 1 year, and maybe no time. So they've already been in jail for a long time. These people have been destroyed. What they've done to these people is outrageous.
Yeah.
There's rarely been anything like it in history, in the history of our country. And
well said, sir. This is an outrage, and it should have been taken care of swiftly before you got presidency again. You should have taken care of it. It may have not looked good politically speaking, I guess. That's probably why you didn't do it. It looks a lot better now that you waited, but goddamn, dude, you should have fucking pardoned every single person in there and then told them, hey, get the fuck out of here. Go enjoy your families. They fucking cheated this time, but you know what? They cheat. We gotta do better. We gotta do something else. We gotta make sure that these fucking machines aren't there. The fucking pizza boxes on the windows ain't there. We got through. Let's hope these next 4 years are great.
even people that were aggressive, and in many cases I believe they happened to be outside agitators, but you know, what do I know? But I think they were outside agitators. There were outside agitators involved. And obviously the FBI was involved because Ray admitted the FBI was involved. Didn't he say 23 people, indirectly or directly, were involved? And it was then 26. That's a lot of people. Now we have, we're going to take care of these people have been treated so badly. It's never happened before. What happened in Seattle where they took over a big portion of the city? What happened in Portland where they burned down the city every day and people died? Nothing happened to anybody.
Exactly. Are you going to fucking punish those people?
But they go after these people violently. I mean, they're still going after brand new people. They found somebody else with a picture. There's never been anything like this. And you know, it's almost 100%. Think of this. Almost 100% of the people are convicted. 100%. It's Washington, D.C. People go into a trial and they say, oh, I have a wonderful lawyer and I didn't do anything wrong. And they end up in shackles almost immediately.
And this guy should know. I know he didn't spend any time in jail, but this guy did get convicted. And then like, it was like the SpongeBob thing where they fucking have him locked up for Balloon Day. They just open it up. Bye. Have a nice day.
Jail. No, we're not going to let it happen.
About Greenland, you have some interest in buying it, but is there any other option that will satisfy you?
About what?
Greenland, instead of buying it.
Finland?
Greenland.
Oh, Greenland. Greenland is a wonderful place. We need it for international security. And I'm sure.
What the fuck does that mean? We need Greenland for international security? What the fuck is that?
Sure that Denmark will come along. I think it's costing them a lot of money to maintain it, to keep it. The people of Greenland are not happy with Denmark, as you know. I think they're happy with us. We had representatives, my son and representatives went up there 2 weeks ago, and they like us.
Why are you so obsessed with buying Greenland, dude? What the fuck?
So we'll see what happens. But Greenland is necessary, not for us. It's necessary for international security. You have Russian boats all over the place. You have China boats all over the place, warships. And they can't maintain it.
Would you plan to meet President Putin, sir?
Who?
Would you plan to meet President Putin, sir?
I'll be meeting with President Putin.
When do you think?
I don't know. I can't speak.
Do you know what your first trip towards that might be, sir?
So the first foreign trip typically has been with UK. But we did it, I did it with Saudi Arabia last time because they agreed to buy $450 billion worth of our product. I said, I'll do it, but you have to buy American product, and they agreed to do that. They bought $450 billion. It was the least reported story I've ever been involved in.
And now, where are you planning to go now?
Well, I don't know. If Saudi Arabia wanted to buy another 450 or 500, we'll up it for all the inflation.
Mr. President, you say you were going
think I
to end the
probably
war first day. How do you plan to end the Ukraine war?
Well, we're going to try and get it done as quickly as possible.
Do you want to push Israel and Saudi
It should have
Arabia?
never started. You know, the war with Ukraine and Russia should have never started. It would have.
Yeah, it should have never even fucking started. Like, what the fuck? And then we just made it worse, almost went to nuclear war with fucking Putin. Ridiculous.
Never started if I were president.
Will you push Israel and Saudi Arabia to normalize relations?
I don't think I have to push it. I think it's going to happen, but maybe not quite yet. But they'll end up being in the Accords, the Abraham Accords.
President Trump,
I think Saudi Arabia will end up being in the Abraham Accords.
this year?
Could be, but soon. Not in a very long way. Oh, look at that. It says TikTok. My. What is that all about?
First, we have Alaska, sir. This is an executive order relating to unleashing Alaska's potential as an energy reservoir for the entire nation.
And what
Awesome. So they're going to start drilling in Alaska.
about Anwar?
I believe that would be included in aspects of the
So
order.
we're opening up Anwar.
On the TikTok piece, President Trump, you and your members of your team now used to warn about the dangers of TikTok spying on Americans. What changed that you're not worried about that anymore?
Well, it depends on the deal. I mean, I may not do the deal or I may do the deal. TikTok is worthless. Worthless if I don't approve it. It has to close. I learned that from the people that own it. If I don't do the deal, it's worthless. Worth nothing. If I do the deal, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. $1 trillion. So if I do the deal I'm talking about doing it for the United States. If I do the deal for the United States, then I think we should get half. In other words, I think the U.S. should be entitled to get half of TikTok. And congratulations, TikTok has a good partner. And that would be worth, it could be $500 billion.
I hate that
it's crazy. The numbers are
so
crazy.
much.
But it's worthless if the president.
So instead of having China take and fucking spy on U.S. citizens, our NSA was like, but we want in on that action. And China. So, like, give us access to that. What the fuck? That's fucking creepy, yo. That is some creepy business right there.
If the president doesn't sign, then it's worthless. If the president does sign, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. So I think, like a joint venture, I think we would have a joint venture with the people from TikTok. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's one of many ideas I've
The
had.
CEO question now, did he say that he's open to that idea?
Who?
The CEO of TikTok is around.
Oh, I think he'd probably like it. Because he's got nothing. They really have nothing. It's passed in Congress. It gives the president a right to make a deal or to close it. And we have 90 days to make that decision. But I could see making a deal where the U.S. gets 50% of TikTok, polices it a little bit or a lot, depends on them. But remember, they make telephones in China. They make all sorts of things in China. Nobody ever complains about that. Here they're complaining about this. There's so many different products made in China, and nobody ever complained about it. The only one they complain about is TikTok. And TikTok is largely young people. I guess I have a warm spot for TikTok that I didn't have originally. But I went on TikTok, and I won young people by 36%, Peter. And Republicans typically don't do too well with young people. But it's a different Republican Party.
Would the U.S. government buy a portion of TikTok then, or how would it get that 50%?
No, you'd take 50% of TikTok for the approval that TikTok could continue in business. And they'd have a great partner. The U.S. would be their partner. But the U.S. essentially would be paid for doing that half of the value of TikTok.
Would there be a private sector owner as
Could
well?
be, could be a lot. Tell you what, every rich person has called me about TikTok.
You wanted to block TikTok. Why did you change your mind?
Because I got to use it. And remember, TikTok is largely about kids, young kids. If China's going to get information about young kids, I don't know.
He got
To be honest,
addicted
I
to
think we have bigger
TikTok.
problems than that. But
Trump was like, I used it. Barron uses it a lot. I don't know, man. I like it. What the fuck?
you take a look at telephones that are made in China and all the other things that are made in China, military equipment made in China. TikTok, I think TikTok is not their biggest problem. But there's big value in TikTok if it gets approved. If it doesn't get approved, there's no value. So if we create that value, why aren't we entitled to like half?
Sir, do you feel like you need to shut them down?
Does Biden ever do news conferences like this? How many news conferences, Peter, has he done like this?
Like this?
None.
Zero.
And it would be zero for the next infinity. For infinity, it would be zero.
Is Elon Musk going to help implement the executive orders? I think you mentioned the implementation in your previous
Elon,
answer.
no. He's
Why would he have any say in executive orders? He's a tech billionaire that we hired to do Doge.
Elon's very busy sending rocket ships up to various places with lots of satellites on them.
What is your reaction to the confirmation of Marco Rubio on what does it mean for Latin America?
Which one?
Marco Rubio, as
Marco Rubio. You said Marco.
Marco Rubio.
Yeah, I think he's great. I think Marco's doing a fantastic job. I think he's going to get a lot of votes. I think he's going to be at 90% or something. I mean, I'm hearing very good. People know him. They know him in the Senate. They know he's good. He's doing a good job. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know what's going to happen with that. He's got some very strong ideas now, Marco.
You signed it. Did you sign the TikTok order?
Yeah.
Yes, that's just
One of Marco Rubio's ideas
Just
is
signed.
How many
still
did you sign
changing
in
Venezuela, changing power. Are you still committed with Maduro leaving power in Venezuela?
Well, we're going to find out about that too, because we're going to probably stop buying oil from Venezuela. We don't need their oil.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck Venezuelan oil. We'll have American oil, and we'll start fucking pumping that shit and selling it, and it'll be great.
Embargo like the first term.
Well, it could be, but we don't want to buy. We don't have to buy their oil. We have plenty of oil for ourselves. So
President Trump.
that'll change Venezuela quite a bit.
President Trump, there was a lot of concern about this during the campaign. The question that only works today: are you a dictator on day one?
No.
No, I don't feel like a dictator.
I can't imagine even being called that. No, I believe in the sanctity of the vote. The Democrats didn't because they cheated like dogs, but I believe in the sanctity, and this was too big to rig. This last election was just too big to rig.
Mr. President,
But,
when do you plan to
really
speak
the
to-
opposite.
When do you plan to speak to President Putin?
Could be very soon.
And you talked a bit about Ukraine and Russia, but how long do you think it would take to end that conflict? And
I have to speak to President Putin. We're going to have to find out. He can't be thrilled. He's not doing so well. I mean, he's grinding it out, but most people thought that war would have been over in about 1 week, and now you're into 3 years, right? So he can't be thrilled. It's not making him look very good. Now, eventually, I mean, it's a big machine, so things will happen, but I think he'd be very well off to end that war. We have numbers that almost 1 million Russian soldiers have been killed. About 700,000 Ukrainian soldiers are killed. Russia's bigger, they have more soldiers to lose. But that's no way to run a country.
What did your TikTok order do, Mr. President?
It just gave me the right to sell it or close it. Essentially with TikTok, I have the right to either sell it or close it. And we'll make that determination. And we may have to get an approval from China too, I'm not sure. But I'm sure they'll approve it. And if they don't approve it, it would be somewhat of a hostile act, I think. But it's good for China if it gets approved.
Would you not guarantee that TikTok will
So he would take that as a hostile act if they didn't accept his deal. That is fucking awesome.
be around after 90 days from today?
No, but it could very well be. It makes sense for it to be, because it's got tremendous value. But if we create the value by approving, in other words, that approval gives it tremendous value. If that's the case, then we should be entitled to 50% as a country. You haven't heard that one before, right? It's called a joint venture. And nobody ever thought that way. Well, I think you have a lot of people that would be interested in TikTok with the United States as a partner.
Mr. President, what was it like walking into the Oval Office this evening?
Oh, what a great feeling. One of the better feelings I've ever had.
Do you like this town better now than in 2017?
Well, we're very experienced now. You would say nobody's ever had experience like I have. I've dealt with some very good people. I've dealt with some very bad people, and I know who the bad ones are and the good ones are. Don't forget, I was very successful in primarily the real estate business. And people used to say, who's worse, a politician or a vicious real estate developer? And I'd always say, the real estate developer is far worse. But after about 3 months and getting to know scum like Adam Schiff and other people like that, I said, no, actually, real estate people are quite nice by comparison.
You said you plan to speak with President Putin soon. What about President Zelensky, and what's your message?
Yeah, I would, but he's told me he wants to make a deal. Zelensky wants to make a deal. I don't know if Putin does. He might not. I don't know. He should make a deal. I think he's destroying Russia by not making a deal. I think Russia's going to be in big trouble. You take a look at their economy. You take a look at the inflation in Russia. So I would hope. I got along with him great, and I would hope he wants to make a deal.
Mr. President, do you keep U.S. sanctions on Russia until he makes a deal?
Well, sanctions or tariffs. I think the word tariff is much better because it keeps your dollar stronger. I think tariffs are more effective. I mean, I use sanctions on Iran. Iran was broke. When I left office, Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah. None. They were flat.
Whenever I left office, Iran was broke. They had no money for terrorism, and then Biden left a bunch of guns over in the Middle East.
Flat broke. And October 7th would have never happened. And I think you all know that. It would have never happened. They had no money. Now they're rich, but they're weakened in a different way. I would say that the one attack by Israel really set them back. It really set them back. The Pagers and others. The attack on air defense was That was a bad attack for
What are you signing now, sir?
It's an executive order relating to reforms to the federal workforce, including to the senior executive service.
We're getting rid of all of the cancer. I call it cancer. The cancer caused by the Biden administration.
How confident are you, Mr. President, that you can keep the ceasefire in Gaza and you can do the truth that
I'm not confident. That's not our war. It's their war, but I'm
Yeah.
not confident. But I think they're very weakened on the other side.
Yeah, it's not my war. This is America.
you support the two-state
Gaza, boy, I looked at a picture of Gaza. Gaza is like a massive demolition site. That place it's really got to be rebuilt in a different way.
Do you plan to help rebuilding Gaza?
I might. You know, Gaza's
Why? Not our war, not our country. Fuck them.
interesting. It's a phenomenal location. On the sea, the best weather. You know, everything's good. It's like some beautiful things could be done with it, but it's very interesting. But some fantastic things could be done with Gaza.
How do you see the future in governance for Gaza?
Well, it depends. I can't imagine you could have, well, you certainly can't have the people that were there. Most of them are dead, by the way, right? Most of them are dead. But they didn't exactly run it well. Run viciously and badly. So you can't have that.
President, on TikTok, sir, do you pause any decision on Chinese tariffs until you know what the resolution on TikTok will be? Are those things
No,
connected
if
at all?
China didn't approve it, we could put tariffs on China. Don't forget, China charges us tariffs, and we charge them very little.
Do you see? Why'd you even ask that, man? Like, he just signed a thing doing the 74-day fucking thing, so they have time to say no or yes. Which, if they say no, is a fucking threat, apparently.
Except for what I did. I put a lot of, we took in hundreds of billions of dollars. But until I came along, China never paid 10 cents to this country. They ripped us off, and they never paid anything. But, like, if we wanted to make a deal with TikTok, and it was a good deal, and China wouldn't approve it, then I think ultimately they'd approve it, because we'd put tariffs on China. Maybe. I'm not saying I would, but you certainly could do that. And if we said, well, if you're not going to approve it, then that's a certain hostility, and we'll put tariffs of 25, 30, 40, 50%, even 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we did that, I think they'd approve it.
President Trump, you've seen the other living presidents a couple times in the last few months. If you ever had to call on one of them for advice about anything that's going on, which one would you call?
It's an interesting. Well, I thought Bill Clinton was a very good politician. I don't think he was used properly. I think they disrespected him. When Hillary was running, he came back and he said, you know, you better get up to Michigan and Wisconsin. You remember that, Peter? Every house has a Trump sign on it. And they all laughed at him because the Republicans had won Michigan and Wisconsin for decades, long time. And they all laughed at Bill Clinton. Like, the hell does he know? And he turned out to be right, because I won both of them. And then we just won both in this election, too. We won Wisconsin and Michigan and every other swing state. We won all the swing states.
Yeah, you got all the
seven. They
swing
talked about
states
7
this
swing states.
time.
We won them all. So, but Bill Clinton he had a great political sense, I think.
You looked like you were having a good conversation with President Obama at President
I was. And you'd like to know what it was? Everybody wants to know. And I wouldn't want to, but we were having some crazy conversations. What do you
Not gonna give that.
You know, I don't think you want to know. You might not. You might be insulted.
It's an executive order relating to holding former government officials accountable for unlawful disclosure of sensitive information. This next one, sir, is a declaration.
Oh, was that specifically for Biden?
Of a national energy emergency.
So you also
That's a big one. You know what that allows you to do? That means you can do whatever you have to do to get out of that problem. And we do have that kind of an emergency.
President Trump, at some point will you use your powers of the presidency to tell Americans who are concerned about drones? Well,
Yeah, oh,
a few weeks
good.
ago,
Yeah,
what exactly
I
was
will.
happening? Can you tell us now?
In fact, I'd like to know because I just got here.
Okay. What do you think?
I just came here. I've been here for, what, 15 minutes now.
Do people listening, because this is going out live?
And I got to read this letter, too. Because of you, I found this letter.
I can read it for you.
It's interesting. Yeah, I know you would. Your father
I
would, too.
bet you would.
Anything with drones, is there anything people need to be worried
No, I
about?
think it's terrible. I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of...
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie? Okay? Yeah, why don't we find out? Immediately. I can't imagine it's an enemy, or there would have been, you know, people would have gotten blown up all over. Maybe they were testing things. I don't know why they wouldn't have said what it was. They had a lot of them flying over Bedminster, which is interesting.
And with the events today and yesterday, was everything moved inside just for cold weather, or was there some kind of security concern?
No security. Because they had everything shut down to drones. You know, you can shut that down pretty easily if you're sophisticated. They're very sophisticated, these people. No, it was just cold weather. And we made a good move because, first of all, I thought it was incredible in the Capitol today. You know why I liked it? Because I got great reviews on that speech. I got great reviews. Can you believe it? They actually were fair. Maybe the fake news is changing.
Unleashing energy production.
Unleashing energy production. But I thought it was...
Unleashing
I think
energy
having it in the
production.
capital was
Let's
great.
go.
You can take care of the people you have to take care of. The city was booming. And if we would have done it outside, people would have been hurt because it was really cold. You know, it was like, looked sunny. But when you stood outside for 10 minutes, people were running back in. It was really cold and really windy. The wind brings it down a lot. So we made the right decision. You couldn't have stayed. I don't think you could have had it out. You know how cold it was today. It was, people went out for a little while just to test it. They couldn't stay out more than 10 minutes. They all came back in. So we would have had a disaster if we did that. And people would have been hurt.
The unlawful disclosure, is that related to the Hunter Biden situation?
Which one?
The one on unlawful disclosures by federal officials, is that related to
No, I think it's just more general than that. It's not Hunter Biden. I was surprised that President Biden would go and pardon his whole family, because that makes him look very guilty. You know, I could have pardoned my family. I could have pardoned myself, my family. I said, if I do that, it's going to make me look very guilty. I don't think I'd be sitting here, frankly. If I did that, I don't think I'd be sitting here right now, because I would have shown that you're guilty. But by pardoning his brother or brothers, by pardoning all of those people that he pardoned, by pardoning J6, the Unselect Committee, they destroyed all of the documents. They deleted all of the information. There's no information. And a lot of the information pertains to Nancy Pelosi because she was given 100, I mean, you know this, it's on tape with her daughter. Nancy Pelosi was responsible for not taking advantage of 10,000 soldiers or 1,000.
Yep.
You wouldn't have you could have used 400. It was a relatively small crowd. It wasn't the crowd that was at the mall. It was a small crowd. So I was a little bit surprised that he did it because it makes him look guilty. I mean, he's going to have to live with it. Now, with that being said, it's unbelievable precedent it creates for a president. But the precedent is unbelievable. Now maybe every president that leaves office, they're going to pardon every president they ever met, so they don't have some lunatic like deranged Jack Smith, who's a total lunatic, by the way. Not a smart guy, he's a dummy.
He's a dummy.
Beat the hell out of him. And I helped my reputation.
Do you think you have to do the same thing at the end of this term?
Well, I guess now I have precedent to do it. I wouldn't want to do that. No, I think it makes you look very guilty. I think it makes Biden look very bad, very weak, and very guilty. And I mean, he pardoned everybody. How about this J6 committee? Why is he pardoning them? The reason is because if you delete and destroy documentation, everything, they have nothing, because they were guilty as hell. They rigged it. It was a rigged deal. And when you do that, they look very bad. But I was a little surprised he did it. Liz Cheney, I mean, she's a lunatic. And she lost by the greatest margin in the history of a politician running for Congress, like 40 points. The reason it was the greatest is because anybody losing that badly is going to drop out. But she's a nut job. She doesn't drop out. You know, she just keeps chugging forward. And she lost by almost 40 points. That's the biggest number anybody's ever lost by. But why would Biden do that? He pardoned her and pardoned everybody. The reason is that they destroy documents. And if you're even in a civil case, which this wouldn't be, I mean, people go to jail for a long time for doing that.
Yeah, it's true.
What's this one?
That's
But they never faced any consequences.
Relates to using permitting processes and other regulatory systems to ensure that we can produce energy efficiently to drive the American economy forward.
Hell yeah.
Trump, looking around the office, we noticed some changes in the way that the iPad is set up. Can you confirm that you have added back the Diet Coke button?
I think there's, first of all, I just got here. So my people came in. They have extraordinary decorator sense, right? Let me just see some of the pictures. Oh, that's a good one. I could live with him.
My decorators came in and decorated the place, told me to sit down and start doing this.
I could live with most of them.
We just started doing it.
They don't have any bad ones up there.
Withdrawing from the World Health Organization, sir?
Ooh, that's a big one.
We
So
are
we paid
withdrawing
$500 million to
from the World Health Organization. Fuck yeah.
China with 1.4.
Dude, yes. That means that if there is another pandemic under his watch, we might not shut down the country. Hell yeah, Orange Man. Fuck yeah, Orange Man.
Billion people. We have 350. We have, nobody knows what we have because so many people came in illegally. But let's say we have 325. They had 1.4 billion. They were paying 39 million. We were paying 500 million. It seemed a little unfair to me. So that wasn't the reason, but I dropped out. They offered me to come back for 39 million. In theory, it should be less than that, but you know. And when Biden came back, they came back for 500 million. He knew that you could have come back for 39 million. They wanted us back so badly, so we'll see what happens.
Mr. President,
Pretty sad to think of it. China pays 39 million and we pay 500 million. and China's a bigger country.
Mr. President, you spoke about inflation today in your remarks. What actions are you taking today that will have a direct impact for Americans on their everyday costs to bring the cost down?
The biggest thing and factor for inflation is energy. They screwed up my energy policy, and then they went back to it. You know, they heard it really badly, and then they went back to it, and they started drilling more, but by that time it was too late. Many of these things that we're signing and that Doug Bergman is going to be signing, and Chris Wright, who's phenomenal at, Energy, Department of Energy, we're going to be taking a lot, we're going to make a lot of money from energy. We have more than anybody else. We're going to make a lot of money from energy. We're going to make a lot of money from tariffs. European Union charges us, they have a VAT tax of 20%, but it's really much higher than that. And that's the equivalent, almost the equivalent of a tariff. And they're tough. They're very tough. They don't take our cars. They don't take our farm product. They don't take almost anything. And yet we take their cars, and we take their farm product. We take a lot from them. So, we have like a $300 billion deficit with the European Union. So we'll straighten that out with either tariffs, or they have to buy our oil. The one thing they can do, oil and gas, the one thing they can do to catch up quickly, buy our oil and gas.
Will you travel?
And they should do that.
Will you travel to China this year?
Yeah, I could be. I've had the invite.
I
would do,
to come this year?
Talking about the European Union and the tariffs, like, what do you mean when you say that European Union country is part of BRICS?
That are what?
BRICS.
Oh, BRICS. No, I was talking about BRICS. BRICS are 6 nations. I think it's 7 nations. And they were looking to do a number in the United States. And if they do that, they won't be happy about what's going to happen to them. Yeah, but we're not ready for that yet. We may put it, wrap it, because essentially all countries take advantage of the U.S. We don't make any good deals in the U.S. It's amazing in a way that we exist. We don't make good deals. We don't have any good deals. We have a deficit with almost, not all, there are a couple, I won't tell you their names because I don't want them to find out about it because they'll feel stupid. But there are a couple of countries that actually don't make money with us.
Yeah.
But I don't want to let you know because they'll immediately change that. But we're gonna do. I tell you what, our country has an amazing economic future. I really believe in it.
What kind of universal tariff if you did do one?
Well, you'd put a universal tariff on anybody doing business in the United States because they're coming in and they're stealing our wealth, they're stealing our jobs, they're stealing our companies, they're hurting our companies. So you put a tariff on to keep them from doing that.
Mr. President, you surround yourself with a whole bunch of billionaires today. President Biden is very well done all of our case. What are you responding to?
Well, he had a lot of guys, and then they found out that he didn't know what the hell he was talking about, and I think they deserted him. They deserted him, the same guys. Look, I don't make pretense of smart guys, but there are a lot of smart people around, but they did desert him. They were all with him, every one of them. Now they're all with me. I don't know. It's not going to get anything from me. I don't need money. But I do want the nation to do well, and they're smart people, and they have, they create a lot of jobs. And if they don't do it, China's going to do it. What they've done is they've taken industries and they've taken it away. They outsmarted China. And, we sort of like that. It's okay. They've done a great job. A lot of them. Not all of them.
Protecting women from radical gender ideologies.
Ooh.
Mr. President, going back to the World Health Organization, you were the president during COVID. Don't you see the importance of an organization like that to coordinate a global response?
Sure, I do, but not when you're being ripped off like we are by the World Health. World Health ripped us off. Everybody rips off the United States, and that's it. It's not going to happen anymore.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Press. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Press.
All right, folks. We've reached the end of the stream, and I want you to all remember, you're an American. You're watching this. I've probably already offended all sorts of foreigners. So remember that you're an American, and that means something. We're not just an idea. We're a fucking nation full of big-bellied, hot dog eating American folks. We will never, ever back down from a good fight. We own guns. We say faggot. God bless America.